Hey, what's going on guys? James Daly here, and today we'll be talking about Kimetsu no Yaiba scaling and specifically where Tanjiro scales cross-verse wise. So today we'll be focusing on the inverse and cross-verse scaling to try and prescribe an area where these characters scale, and especially Tanjiro, so we can show how he stacks up to other cross-verse characters. So without further ado, let's begin. The story of Demon Slayer starts with our protagonist Tanjiro going up the hill in a trip to earn stock for his family. When he returns, he finds his family dead and his sister, Nezuko, on the verge of death. As he tries to carry her to find help, he further learns that she has become a demon and she starts to attack him, just for them to meet a demon slayer named Giyu, who chooses to spare Nezuko once he figures out that Nezuko means no harm to Tanjiro and that she can control her demonic urges. From there, Giyu recommends Tanjiro to an old master of his where he can learn water breathing and become a demon slayer. In that training, we are introduced to our first superhuman feat, which is Tanjiro slicing the boulder. First, we need to find the circumference of the boulder by using the official height of Tanjiro, which is 1.65 meters. From there, we were able to find a circumference of around 6.732 meters and a radius of 1.071 meters. With that, we were able to find the boulder to have a volume of a bit over 5 million cubic centimeters. Then using the 4 joules per cubic centimeter thing for slicing, we were able to get 20.6 million joules, or high-end wall level bordering on small building level. That's a very good feat for the start of the series, mind you. From here, Tanjiro enters the Demon Slayer exam, passes, and then later meets Zenitsu and Inosuke on his way to the mountain where we meet Rui and his family, which is where we see our next feat. We see Zenitsu, while poisoned and slowly dying, blitz the spider demon completely. First, we'll measure all the zigzags from the tree to tree and then to the house. We'll then use the 0.08 second time frame for the mid-end perception blitz and then 0.013 seconds for the high end. This gives us 479 meters per second or supersonic speed as the mid-end and 2,952 meters per second or high-end supersonic as the highball for this feat. So yeah, supersonic to hypersonic Zenitsu while slowly dying. That's pretty impressive to me. After this, we see Tanjiro throw down with Rui the 5th lower moon, where we see him awaken a new style of breathing to defeat Rui. After this, Tanjiro and Nezuko are taken in by the Demon Slayer court, where they are basically put on trial over Tanjiro defending and helping Nezuko, who is a demon. We see Nezuko prove she isn't dangerous by refusing human blood, and then our heroes proceed on to their next journey, being Mugen Train. This is where we see Tanjiro stop the first lower moon and Rengoku fight at Akaza. Rengoku fights well but sadly dies, leaving Tanjiro with a pseudo vendetta against Akaza and Muzan. From here, we see Tanjiro and the gang meet the Sound Hashira for a mission, and this is where we get our next feat. We see the Sound Hashira run ahead, getting ridiculously far without Tanjiro and Zenitsu being able to see him. To calculate this, we basically angle-sized the panel to determine the distance the Hashira moved, which we got 148 meters roughly. From there, we used the same perception blitz timeframes as before to get 1852 meters per second, or hypersonic as the mid-ball, and 11,400 meters per second, or high hypersonic as the high ball. And yes, this makes sense due to the Hashira being shown to be massively faster than characters like Tanjiro and Zenitsu in this same arc. From here, we don't see much if any real feats that'll scale past this point up until the final arc. Most of these feats from here are either low small building level or barely supersonic. So we'll end up with the final feat being the Muzan earthquake feat from chapter 191. We basically see Muzan slash the ground so hard it can be felt dozens of meters away, shaking a local Demon Slayer Corps soldier. Thanks to Seraph, we are able to calc this feat in the 4th magnitude Richter range, getting around 14 or 15 tons of force or city block level. This would scale to characters like Demon King Tanjiro and Giyu, as DKT is stated to be stronger than Muzan and Giyu fights evenly with him for a long period of time. Meaning, in conclusion, Demon King Tanjiro is city block level and hypersonic to high hypersonic, possibly high hypersonic plus, making him ridiculously strong and ridiculously fast compared to the rest of the verse, being a top tier, possibly even a god tier. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. Leave a like and subscribe and come back for the next one. I want to do more Demon Slayer videos and more Naruto and more everything else. I hope you all stay tuned.